Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be talking to you lot about something that happened over the last couple of days. So I really wanted to leave things to rest, as in see what happens with it, with this news story. Of course I'm not going to talk about what happened at first, and then people's responses, and everything like that. But more importantly, what I want to talk to you about is Google's director, or the creative director at one of the Google Stadia's game development branches. His name is Alex Hutchinson, if you haven't heard already, has made some claims that not many A, developers, B, gamers, and even C, streamers believe in. I'll give you some. There's many things we need to touch over, because this is kind of a difficult topic to really talk about. Because I can see where the bloke's coming from. I've done a lot about games. I've learned a lot about it through colleges. I've done courses upon courses upon courses. I've worked in the industry itself. I've made a couple of games that I haven't published personally. And of course this guy who right here has published his own decent game, should I say. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. Well done, Riz. But more importantly, I just wanted to say that this is going to be a difficult topic to talk about, so strap in. I don't know how interesting it's going to be. I'm just hoping you can join me, and even find it a little bit interesting. So, how about we get straight into this then? How did this start out with? So, of course, we've got thanks to Twitter to say that. Fuck Twitter, by the way, because there's loads of not so fuck Twitter. There's a load of shit on Twitter. Let's be honest. Even though I love going through it, going, ooh, drama. That's mainly what Twitter's for. Let's be honest. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting to really talk about. So, starting off with his first ever tweet. Streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music that they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games that they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. Now, by that tweet alone, you think, I understand what he's saying, of course. It just means that you have to worry about content creation on both Twitch and YouTube. You got to worry about if music can be quite judgmental if you use it in their own thing, even if you want to promote it or anything like that. But what he's trying to say here is that he thinks that people should also pay for the privilege of using the license of games, even though maybe most streamers are either given a free copy. You're very popular, I don't know, look, we're talking Jacksepticeye level, or people who are very known in the industry. Eurogamer gets free copies and all that other stuff. There's many YouTubers out there that make their career on this, who make the branding for this game as big as possibly can, even though they may not say it. They may enjoy the game and they like talking about it. That is still part of promoting it. So another one of his tweets is, the real truth is streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use. There's many things wrong with the statement right here. If you didn't know, lots of gamers actually, surprisingly, YouTube channels out there, they use Twitch to establish how popular a game really is, especially an online game. While this shouldn't be taken to the fact that this mainly is not true, and I hate when other YouTubers do that. Like, they will literally go, you know what? Let's see who's the most popular at the moment. Oh, Fortnite's not doing so well. They're probably having their bad time. And the most likely response is no. That people are not just watching Twitch at the moment. They're just, I think, popular. It's just, you shouldn't base the thing on how many people are watching it. It's the amount of plays that you can possibly see. The developers have more insight on this than we would ever. And honestly, I've done a few streams in my lifetime. It's still on the channel somewhere. Very, very poor, very lackluster. I am not as entertaining as other people out there, but it's still interesting to see. I don't get it because I've done a lot of game design, and I know how games fail, how they succeed, and a lot of it is due to advertising. Because there's not, surprisingly, there's going to be people out there that's not going to hear of your game, and yet if you've got people out there who enjoy watching YouTube, who enjoy watching Twitch, or even if you're trying to hit the younger generation who do watch these sort of sites instead of watching TV ads or something like that. So, in a way, streaming is good because not only do people see gameplay, they see ways of enjoying the game themselves. They also see their favourite streamer playing it, so they maybe want to copy them and all that other stuff. There's so many good things about streaming. And Alex Hutchinson, being a game designer, I would have thought he would have realised it's good for our game because of if the popular streamers, or even if we get a good enough streamers out there that play our game, it means that, well, we wouldn't have to worry about trying to advertise as much on traditional methods, so on TV. Look like this, okay? Advertising through streaming has been a thing for years now. EA's has done really well, so it's paid streamers, it's paid Ninja to play Apex Legends when it first launched. That was a deal that he should have said, but apparently got in trouble for it. EA also got in trouble for that. But in a way, these things, like these bigger people these publishers out there, should realise that streaming is a key part of advertising the game, and even developers see it now. I will literally to a point where I was one of those people that truly advertised one of the games that Xbox created. Also by Don't Nod. It was I can't remember the fucking name now. Tell me why that was it. Tell me why it was a very good game. It honestly, if you haven't played it, please go check it out. It's also on the channel if you don't feel like paying for it, but if you've got Game Pass. Yeah, even now I'm trying to still advertise the game for you to play it, but honestly, it's worth looking at and playing that game. I'm getting off topic here. But I don't see, this is very confusing to me because this is a very good game developer. He's created, if you see his profile, he's got Savage Planet. He's the director or the creative director of Savage Planet. And it's a very stupid idea to think that he doesn't realise that part of the reason why his game even did well was because streamers were playing it. Yes, it was funny, and even that the picture that he's used, that if you actually look at one of the replies, that's a fan art of Jacksepticeye and Savage playing the Savage Planet. It's ridiculous about what's going on, really. So why is he doing this? No idea. So he's made some other tweets that just annoy me and annoy a lot of other people that make no sense in a way. It's arrogant to think of all this. And yes, what I haven't mentioned is that I've been trying to avoid this one because it doesn't really matter about which company he works for. It just matters that he believes in these stupid ideologies that even Nintendo had to distance even in the past, Nintendo did the same thing, but they've changed their ways recently. And now that this bloke is coming out of fucking nowhere and saying these stupid stuff, I don't get it. It's stupid, and you shouldn't be saying this shit. In all honesty. There's a couple of other things he has mentioned. Amazing to me that people are upset at someone saying that creators of content that should be allowed to make some money off other people using their content for profit. Meaning, yes, some streamers do get money off of being entertaining and all that other stuff through making their game much more funnier, or just reacting to it, or anything like that. And yes, I can see his point. It is good to say, like, yes, I do understand, like, if you're a movie, like, if you're reacting to that. But he's got to realise, once you put a camera, like what I'm doing at the moment, on gameplay videos or even a voiceover, that falls into fair use. So that means I've changed enough of the thing to be a separate product on its own. I'm putting my own personality into this thing. And he's also made some... this is another thing he's done. Another thing he said. Anyway, gonna hop online and stream some Fall Guys. Who's up for it? I know it's supposed to be sarcastic. I know everything like that. It just annoys me. It's not the right comment to make when you're saying stupid shit. In all honesty. And he's getting some real backlash at the moment. There's plenty of people out there who are biased, let me just say that right now, who have a lot of bias because they do streaming and all this other stuff. And you've got to take into account of that. But in all honesty, it's stupid. But there has been some updates to this as well. As much as I disagree with him, and a lot, let me just say, a lot of businesses as well. Even this person who works for Stadia is also like, what? Because Google Stadia is currently distancing themselves from the creative director's tweets. They made a statement to what's it called? Let me see here. 9 to 5 Google. What a shit thing. Shit name for a website. Their recent tweets by Alex Hutchinson do not reflect those of Stadia, right? Do you remember what Google is a part of? Stadia? Yeah. Google? Yeah. YouTube? What is the vast majority of money coming from YouTube? Oh yes, gaming videos, streaming. They made a whole thing about it. To say this is stupid. It is genuinely utmost stupid to even say it on behalf of things. Let me remind you, this Alex Hutchinson is a creative director at it's called SGNAE Montreal, but it basically means that it's Google Stadia. Stadia Games and Entertainment Montreal Studio. Google is part of YouTube that makes a fuck ton of money from gaming alone. And even Ryan Watt, the leading gaming commerce and immersive at YouTube, it's basically board of directors, but it's big part of YouTube anyway. Even he said, he was like, hold on, let me get the tweet up quickly. We believe that publishers and creators have a wonderful symbiotic relationship that has allowed a thriving ecosystem to be created, one that has mutually benefited everyone. YouTube is focused on creating value for creators, publishers, and users. All ships rise when we work together. That means that, like you said, creators, so the content creators for YouTube, as in like, for me who creates videos, for streamers out there that also mainly stream on YouTube, publishers, they get a boost out of the sales. What a huge example out of this is we wouldn't even have the game Among Us if we didn't hear it through streamers. I don't get it. Why is he trying to diss on streamers? It doesn't make sense, and it annoys me. It genuinely annoys me. I am somewhat biased. Let me just say this right now. I am somewhat biased. I've stopped streaming for a while, but I want to return. I want to return one day. And when this dickhead thinks he can say this and get some profit out of that, no. We are giving you free advertisement. Be grateful for this. Games can be made through streaming. Get a grip. And that's basically it. I know this is probably going to be a long-ass video, in all honesty. It's probably about like 10, not even, it's going to be a shorter video. This is going to be a shorter video, technically, but I just wanted to get my points out there. And I don't believe whatever he says. He's a dickhead for even thinking these sort of stuff. If he was clever, he would embrace the streaming community. But he's not. It just says a lot. It really does. I think this will be the end of this video. I wasn't gonna make this video. I genuinely wasn't gonna make it at all because I thought this was just a stupid comment from a stupid bloke. But then there was loads of people talking about it, and then Google stepped in. I thought, well, as soon as Google stepped in, I thought, right, I'm gonna put my finger out. I'm just gonna put it out there. And then it was like, oh, we've also got like YouTube coming in. We've got all these creators. We've got Jacksepticeye talking about his shit. We've got tons. Gaming is vast, and if you actually take a look at it and educate yourself in how to truly make a good game, or how to market a good game. I'm not saying the games he's created is bad. I'm just saying it's so old-fashioned views from like 1990s or something. Get a grip, man. Alex Hutchinson, you've been fucking warned. If I suddenly hear that the next game from Google Stadia or whatever you've produced, we're keeping an eye on it now. We're keeping an eye on it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It has truly been an interesting thing. I don't even think this video will make much sense, to be fair. I don't know how well it's gonna do. I don't care. I really don't care. I just want to shit on this bloke that makes these stupid comments. If you put stuff on the internet, expect some backlash. So I will thank you so much for watching. This is where I pray, I beg for subs now, or even likes. If you enjoyed the video, I don't know if you did. If you did, brilliant. If it made sense to you, brilliant. I don't think it will. And if you enjoyed the content that I create, for some reason, please click that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I'll see you next time with a little different video upcoming, potentially, depending on if shit happens. It'll be not my usual type of videos. It's gonna be a little bit more depressing and a little bit more political. See. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next thing I create. Bye!